everybody, and welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, That Mania. And today we have the 2.0 1989 Batman. This is a special one for me because it's the first one that I ever did a figure pre-order short for. This is what got me started on my my revamped journey into trying a YouTube channel. So this is a big one for me. Also, because it's the last mainline Batman that I needed to get in my collection to have one of every single one that I personally needed at least one of. So this is a big one for me. It's a big box for my light box. This box is actually bigger than the one that came with the Juggernaut, which is insane because the Juggernaut is really big. Mainly because obviously it has the big display base, which is awesome. And I can't wait to talk about that in a little bit. But it is a really, really big box. It's a pretty simple box, so it's not much to talk about. It's all gray all the way around, which is kind of a shame because this should be popping yellow and black. But they went with a gray for whatever reason. And it's like that all the way around. It's okay. Not much to talk about. But what there is to talk about is the figure inside. So let's get him out, shall we then? So, completely biased here, but this is personally my favorite Batman suit. Now, obviously, there are better Batman suits. The Pattinson suit is fantastic. The Affleck suit at times can look really good, but at other times doesn't look great. But nothing beats that classic 89 look, the poppin' yellow belt, and that beautiful yellow behind the symbol to break up all of that awesome black. And it's currently the only suit that can silhouette him, like when he has the cape around him, as opposed to every other suit that just has the cape behind him. Actually, no, I lied. The Begin suit can also do that. It just looks a little weirder with how because he holds his out. This is designed with that silhouette in mind at all times. It does look really good. I do have my few issues with it, which we can go over in a second here. But I'd love to just take a second to appreciate the fact that I even have him here. That is super cool, and I'm super happy, and I'm super stoked to talk about the large amount of accessories that Sakai comes with. So, without further ado, why don't we talk about all of those fancy tools he has, and that awesome display base. So if you're ever wondering where Batman got all of those wonderful toys, I can tell you it's definitely in this box. So we'll start with his line launcher, which he uses to escape the Joker in the art museum after Prince is done playing. Super cool piece. I can't really see it being used very often because his arms really don't bend that much. But it'd be nice, you could have it up here and he could pretend. I know Mars Toys has talked about doing a Vicky Vale. That would be perfect for this. You can have them displayed together. If you so choose. He also comes with 3 of these little jujubes right here. This is his little smoke pellet. Not pellet. I guess it's his little smoke glass container. Super cool. Looks great. I don't really know where to keep that. He comes with his, if I can grab it here, his grapple gun, which is detachable and you can magnetically stick it to his belt. Somehow. The instructions say you can. Perhaps I cannot. I was already having issues with this thing because it says it's magnetic and it says that this piece can go down. It folds down and he holds it, but I can't get it to go down. So I'm not sure about that. It could be a me thing. It might not be. He comes with, as well, 2 of these poles here, which you can then have him hold so he can extend out his cape in a bat form, so you can have him looking batty if you wanted to. Also comes with 2 of these little Shuriken Ninja Stars. I genuinely don't remember him using these ever in the movie, ever. If I can find a frame of him using it, I will put it here, but I don't remember him ever using it. Here's a cool accessory that you can use with your Hot Toys or new Jazz Inc. Batmobile, the little bat remote that he uses for his car, that he can use voice commands. Jazz Inc. Made the remote for their car. Looks similar to that, which is super cool. The only other accessory, I really can't remember where he used this. Little doodad gizmo. I genuinely cannot remember this in the movie, but it kind of looks like some sort of safe cracking device. We've got his arm pushy McPusherson. He has this when he's pushing that one goon. It comes out of his wrist, and he just... if I can put that back in properly. He's got his Batarang with a line, so he can wrap that around the nearest thing and swing. I'm also noticing now he actually doesn't come with a regular Batarang, that I can see at least, which is quite interesting. Batman's also a foot guy because he comes with one of Vicky Vale's shoes, so we can give that a good old sniff. And he comes with 2 extra mouth plates, which happen to be this one, which looks more similar to the Val Kilmer in Batman Forever figure, and my favorite, the bloody half smile. I think this is a fun one. I like it. It kind of reminds me of Daredevil, the So-So Toys Blind Vigilante, which unfortunately I do not have, but I wish I did. So, now that we've gotten all of those out of the way, and I feel like I haven't missed anything, we're going to talk about the display base. So this thing is cool as hell. We have this gargoyle, which I will name Gargly. He can spin around any which way that you so choose. He's got this nice like mossy color stone to him. I really do like the way it is. But if you don't, he does just come right up and plugs right back in. Super cool. And it makes for a much nice topper to this awesome church tower display base. So this is just the stairs leading up to the church tower. You can see it's broken on the side here. It's got a nice fake wood thing here. It says Batman right there. And it does have a lot of detailing on the outside as well. You can see that there's some gutters and some drains with that guy given solid head. There's like little stones and pebbles all around the side here. It just is, it's really nicely designed and really well put together. And I'd love to have maybe Joker and Vicky Vale. I wish I could get my hands on an actual 89 Joker. I have the mime still, but I don't have the actual Joker. I'm hoping to get him at some point. And hopefully Mars Toys does release that Vicky Vale, because I think I could do some fun display stuff with this display base. But for now, obviously, you came here for me to talk about Batman. And Batman we shall talk about. So here he is. And to my happiness, he does look really good. If you remember, the 89 cowl has a lot of space on the sides of the mask, as opposed to the Returns, which sits a lot closer to his face. So the way the cowl looks there with that empty space there is rather accurate. He's got the black paint around the eyes, which are movable. Does look really good. It's just the mouth plates that are okay at best. I know Topo, I believe, is doing new mouth plates because they like to pick up the slack on these Batman things. They also have another cape, which I might pick up both of because I think there is definitely... This figure is good, but there's that room for improvement that I always love to work on to try to make these guys as best as I possibly can. And this guy is no different. But yeah, the cowl does look really good. It's got a nice blackness to it. You can see here on the back, there's some, whatever that is. It looks like stitching, which does make it look that little bit more realistic. And the logo, as is by normal, is attached to the cowl and not the chest, which I do have a bit of a problem with. This is a costume design thing and not the figure design. I don't like that the cowl, or the logo is connected to the cowl and not the chest, because it never quite looks centered to me. Because I want these to sit a little bit more flush, and because it's kind of up like that, it never really feels centered without him looking a certain direction. And I get it. The Keaton suit has no range of motion whatsoever for upper body. But it still feels a little odd. Because even here, there's just that little bit to the right. As opposed to, like, this is as centered, I think, as it could get. And I just feel like he's not looking forward now. Is it me? It's probably just me. But I do feel a little off about it. But it does look really good overall. It does come off really easily as well. I say really easily as I struggle. So you could have it sitting there like that. I don't know why you'd want to, but it is just on a peg like this. So it comes off and it comes on really easily. Let's flip this up real quick and do that Batman Returns look. And talk about the everyone's biggest issue, which is this weird, like, venomy texture design on the outfit that's not really there in the movies, and Hot Toys just made this, like, executive choice to do that for whatever reason. You could see that it's got, like, all this weird texture to it, and, like, extra bumpily texture, and we're really not sure why they did it. It's not really a deal breaker for me. I know a lot of people aren't happy about it, but it's not a huge deal breaker for me. I have had worse experiences with figures. That's something that's quite manageable in my case, because I'll never be like, oh, look, oh my God, look at that one, and then that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Because I'm not really that. I'm not that picky. I'm happy I even have hid at all. And I wish, honestly, I would prefer the return suit, because I'm not a huge fan of the abs built into the outfit like that. The return suit makes it, like, more armor plating. But, you know, you take what you can get, and right now what I've gotten is the 89. He looks super good. So I'm happy. The wrists here have his trademarked Batman spikes. Move back a little bit, buddy. They do look really good. Not too pointy, not too sharp. I don't feel like I'm going to die here. The arms are that same material as the... Hold on. The arms are the same material as the chest there. So you're not getting much. Again, it's all one big, not spandex. It's like a big rubber suit. So I don't really know what you'd expect. The belt looks super cool. It's definitely a darker yellow in real life than it is on the camera right now. So don't be afraid that that's like, oh my God, it's like banana yellow. No, it's a little bit darker, closer to the gold. It's not the same color as the logo there, but it is more gold than it is banana. From here on out, there's not really much to talk about, unless you want to talk about his back, which just looks weird. Look at this back. It's got, like, some odd shapes to it. I'm not quite sure how film accurate that is, but it does look really weird, doesn't it? It's like a police badge or like some sort of shield. And he's got a bit of an ass there. Not too much, not too extensive, but it is enough to notice. And then just coming down, he's got these nice little knee pads all the way down to his boots, which are one big solid piece from what I'm seeing. But it's got this nice, like, shin guard with these arrows going up to the top that lead to his nice black kicks to make up for, or to match the big black outfit. So, all in all, after 12 minutes of talking, I could tell you with utmost certainty that I'm super happy to have this Batman here. And I am more excited to have him showing off with the rest of the Batman in my collection, which I would proudly bring out right now for some comparisons. So here is one of each represented Batman in my collection in some way, shape, or form. Yes, I do have more Batman figures or more Batman-related figures, but I'm trying to keep it core. I do wish I had the regular BVS or Justice League Batman look, because the tactical suit is a little a little much. It's a little big, and he's a little unhappy to be alive currently because he's just too big to stand up on his own. But here's a look at all 5 Batman here, and I'm super pumped to see all of them together, and it just really reinvigorates my love for the Keaton suit because it's got like the pointed ear length, and it's got that deep black. It's the only one that's like a really black suit. Everyone else is more of like a mix of grays and blacks, so they're not like perfectly there, but you can definitely see an evolution over time of like where we've gone more, fun to a more serious, to just serious in general, but like different feelings to them, more realistic, more comic booky. It's definitely, there's something to love in every single Batman here, and I love all of them, and I'm super happy to have all of these guys in my collection. Finally. It's taken how many years at this point? I started collecting in 2020, so just about 5 years to get all these guys, and all but one are Hot Toys. Mars Toys killed it with this guy, by the way. I have a review on all of these, by the way, except for that Keaton one back there. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out the heroes and bring out the villains, but keep the one Batman. So here's Batman with the Eternal Toys Penguin, the Mars Toys Joker, and the Cyber X Studio Mime Joker, who looks a little short now that I'm looking at everyone else. That Riddler is really tall. And before you ask, no, I'm not getting the Val Kilmer Batman. The Riddler is going to stay with my 89 Batman, because it's technically the same continuity. If you really, really want to get technical about it, technically speaking. So Riddler will be sitting with Michael Keaton, just because I want it that way. But yes, these villains do look really nice with the Batman finally. Obviously, one stands out a little bit more than the others, but I don't mind that, because Riddler is always a big standout guy. He wants to stand out, and I'm super happy that I can finally have all of these guys together after all of this time. We will be getting Two-Face soon. We will be getting a Catwoman soon. We will be getting a more updated Penguin from either Mars Toys if they decide to release it, or Jazz Inc. when they decide to release it, because I believe they have that in the works as well. So we will be getting a lot of Batman figures. There is that Mr. Freeze. So Toys has teased the armored version. There was also that company that made the armored version that wasn't that great. And Jazz Inc. also teased Uma Thurman Poison Ivy. So there will be plenty more villains to come if you think that this is all you'll be getting. Trust me when I say. But let's move on to the final comparison. Let's bring out Bruce Wayne and his loyal butler. Wow, Alfred is a big man. He is, he's a powerhouse compared to Bruce Wayne here. He should have been donning the suit, because he is huge compared to this Batman. And even the Bruce Wayne, he's a little bit bigger than, or at least deceptively looks like that from the angle I may have put him at. But I'm saying, the Bruce Wayne and the Batman are pretty much the same height, which is super cool, of a small little accidental detail. There's no way both these companies somehow unified and got that height exactly right. Since this Batman is different than the original one, I think he's slightly a different height. So good on both these companies for getting the height pretty much exactly the same. And having him here with Alfred is a dream come true. I never thought we'd get a 6-scale Alfred. I never thought I'd get a 6-scale Batman at this rate, but here we are, and Batmobile is slowly making its way. That'll be sooner than later, don't worry. But yeah, this is super exciting. I love these small little, these little tidbits. Some people don't like just regular characters without the suits. I love stuff like this. I'd eat up a Vicky Vale. I'd eat up a Bob the Goon, and all those other small little silly things. The only other thing I do want to try, though, is I want to see if that sculpt goes on that and looks decent. So before we swiggle our way to articulation, let's try that real quick. So obviously it doesn't have that neck piece that the Batman Returns Batman has to kind of make it look a little less weird. But the head sculpt does plug in. It does sit there. It is a little tall on the neck, but if you really wanted to make a Wayne Man for whatever reason, you technically could. You could actually, I mean, you could put him with the cowl like right here, so it looks like he's about to put it on or something like this. You'd be like, it's me, Wayne Man, and I'm about to put on my cowl to no longer be Wayne Man, you know? He could like be holding it like this. So I mean, that'd be a cool display option. Don't fall over, please. But yes, you can do it. All you gotta do is take this little piece out, which holds the cowl, and it pops out really easily. It's just a simple ball joint. And then it pops right back in, no problem. So, if you really want to take that Mars Toy sculpt and put it on there, you do have that option. Now, let's take the option of accessibility and see how well he articulates. Now, I know you all knew it was coming, but I am sorry to say that there is no life ending 360 degrees. This guy doesn't even look back and forth. You could cheat and say, this is the life ending 360 degrees, because that's how he looks in the suit anyway. But we're not going to do that. He can look nothing. If you remember in the movie, he's got to go and go. So, there is no articulation there. There is a bit of arm articulation. It goes up to here. Bit of back and forth. But up that far. And back that far. With a little bit more than 9 at the elbow. It's a bit of crunch. It's a bit of back crunch. Which is nice. Spreads about that far. Leg goes up almost none. Leg goes back even further, about none. And you do get some knee bend. And like I said previously, there is no ankle articulation. So you're really working with the shoe here, which is not very much. So, as we all knew, this suit doesn't pose. And I mean, we all knew this. It's been the joke since day one. He can't move any part of his body, so he has to move his whole body together. We get it. So, why don't we talk about something a little less obvious and talk about the wrap-up of the video? Shall we then? So boy, does this thing put a lot of strain on my spinning turntable of doom. But I went all out on the big finish here, got the display base, got Batman all winged up, and now I'm just spinning him around kind of manually at this point, because whenever it gets to this spot right here, turntable gets real angry. But I can tell you this much, I am not angry. I am thrilled to finally have this Batman in my collection. I'm super excited to finally get the Batmobile as well. I got the Jazz Inc. Batmobile, but I didn't want to be part of the first round of releases, because I know there's always some issue, and I'd rather me be a part of the part that's not the broken half. And again, I have been a part of those first couple waves, the last couple, but this time I decided to take a step back a little bit and really wait my time. But for now, I have the Batman, and I have not the Batman, I have this Batman, and I could not be happier to have him. I'm going to stop him from spinning. You're going to look at him from the front. Very rare, non-spinning end of the video, but it does happen. And you can kind of see how silly the poles look in his hands. But that is exactly how the instructions are, because that's exactly how it is in the movie right there. So I think that's fun little feature. It is really bright because that black is absorbing all of that color currently. All that color, all that light. But if you were on the fence about this guy, or you weren't quite sure if you were going to get him, I hope this review could definitely sway you one way or the other, because I am definitely swayed towards loving this guy. A lot of controversy with this guy, but I can't hate him because he's my favorite Batman. He may have some issues, but some of those are solvable. Cape's really good, but it could be better. It's kind of crinkly. It gets a little bit in the way, but it's not too bad. There's upgrades for that, so that's fine. Mouthplate looks a little weird because it doesn't really look like him. There's an improvement for that. Obviously, Hot Toys should be releasing all of these things in the perfect state that they are, but they don't, because they don't have enough competition to really push them to do these things. Competition has been coming, which has been good, because it's been pushing them to force themselves to try to improve. But things like this do slip through. So having those extra companies come in and fix sculpts, fix capes, fix coats, it definitely, I mean, it helps a lot. And hopefully with InArt and JND and all of these other companies getting involved and forcing competition, Hot Toys will finally have to step up their game for realsies and get into it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe, because as of now, I'm blown away with where this channel has gotten in just a short amount of time that we've been around. And thank you guys all for joining me on this journey, and hopefully you continue to join me on this journey as we keep going, keep getting more Batmans and Batmobiles and Spider-Mans and whatever other figures we can fit left on these shelves, which I will keep making space as long as you guys keep watching these videos. And with all of that out of the way, I've been me and you've been you, and thank you for watching another 6-scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.